Welcome back to Sales Management at 5. In this video, we're still working on the question paper of November 2024. So we are going to look at question 2 on that question paper. So for question 2.1 reads, salespeople must have knowledge of the history of the company or business they represent. Name and explain any 5 other types of knowledge in terms of company or business that salespeople should know. So you'll see that they should know various types of knowledges that we are going to go through. So the first that is supposed to be known. Remember, they are supposed to know the sales philosophy. They are supposed to know the sales philosophy of the business. So basically, if you go to our other section, you can go to notice that we have that as our first point. That is the sales philosophy of the company. So basically, when we are talking about the sales philosophy of a company, it is a set of principles that guide one's thoughts and actions to be used in the process of selling goods or services. So I would say that the goal of the sales philosophy is to help drive sales through solid strategies that are focused on specific outcomes. So that is the explanation on a sales philosophy, whereby we are saying it is a set of principles that guide one's thoughts and actions. So in our other section, we have a few notes that we have below the point of sales philosophy, whereby we are having the importance of striving for the need for satisfaction and problem solving, which falls under a sales philosophy. And we are noticing that also the salesperson must know it and live it every day. So very important on the part of knowing the sales philosophy as the sales person of the company. So I'm moving on to the second type of knowledge that is supposed to be known. We see that we also have the production processes and methods. So basically, the salesperson has to be familiar with the production processes and methods that are being used in that company. Remember, the salesperson is going to interact with the external parties. We're talking about the customers. We're talking about maybe the suppliers. So in that case, they should be in a position to answer any question that is going to be asked about the business. So for them to be able to answer those questions, they should familiarize themselves with the processes and methods that we have in that organization. So we are going to see that a knowledge of the production process gives salespeople so very important, and also the knowledge provides the salesperson with more selling points, creates more confidence in the prospect, and enables them to answer more questions to the buyer's satisfaction. So very important that they have the knowledge of the production processes and methods. So moving on the next type of knowledge that they should possess is a distribution policy. So very important that we also familiarize ourselves with what is exactly is distribution policy. But basically, distribution policy, it is a strategy applied by a company for the correct shipment of its products from the production chain to its positioning in the market. So basically, we are saying a good distribution policy ensures that the product finds the right customer and prevents it from falling into wrong hands. So under the distribution policy, we are saying the destination of the good should be the appropriate destination. That is, it should fall in the hands of the right customer. So that's the purpose of the distribution policy, that it gives direction of the product, that it reaches the right customer. So therefore, it is the art of selling the right product to the right customer at the right time, in the right place, at the right price. So in a nutshell, that's how we can explain a distribution policy. So we have a few notes that we have again under distribution policy on how the salesperson is required to know the distribution policy. So the salesperson must know which channels of distribution and why. So why are they having those channels of distribution so that they can be able to be part of its implementation. Then they are supposed to know how long it will take before the products will be delivered. Also, they're supposed to have the knowledge of minimum orders to be placed and also about the stock control. So that is what we have on the distribution policy. Then on the next type of knowledge is the price policy. So basically, the price policy is a strategy is a strategy companies adopt to set the price of goods and services sold to the public. So that strategy of setting the prices of goods and services is what we call price policy. So we are going to see that a salesperson must know the following. So we've got a list of what is supposed to be known by the sales policy pertaining to the price policy, whereby we are saying the price of the various products that are there in that company, what discount can be given, why their products are more expensive or less expensive than those of competitors, when price increases are due. Basically, this is a rundown of what is supposed to be known pertaining to the price policy. Then the next type of information that is supposed to be known is a financial and a credit policy. So on financial and credit policy, we are saying when customers buy on credit, what are the requirements? What policies are supposed to be followed? So the salesperson must have the following knowledge. Then also, when we're talking about the financial policy, what are the sources of funding? What are the credit lines are going to be accessed by the company when they fall short of funds? So we are saying the banking and financial institutions which their company does a business with, obviously, where are we banking? Which banks do we reach out to when we are in liquidity crisis, when we are in need of money? There are also the method of payment allowed, that is when our customers are paying their amount to choose. For example, we're talking about the debtors of the company when they are now paying what they owe. What method of payment are they using? Are they using EFTs? Are they using hard cash? What actually method of payment is being employed? And then available credit record agencies, and also they're supposed to know about the procedure for credit application. So those are some of the information that we have under the financial and credit policy that we can also try to go through. Then moving on to the next part, whereby we have the promotion and advertising. They should have the salespeople or salespersons should have knowledge of the promotion and advertising. So the strategies that are being used by the company to make the customers aware of the products that are being sold or that are being produced by the company, they are supposed to be they're supposed to familiarize themselves with that knowledge. The salesperson must know the following: which media their business uses to advertise their products, that is their marketing strategies, how to set up an exhibition stand, how to demonstrate a product, which promotional materials are available to use such product samples, coupons, and competition. Know how to use publicity, visit customers at the right time when promotional changes are running. So typically, this is information that we have under promotion and advertising. Then moving on to the next question, which is now 2.2. Name 5 reasons of establishing sales territories. So obviously, sales territories, we are talking about a customer. We are talking about maybe the geographical area for which an individual salesperson is responsible. That is a sales territory. A geographical area for which an individual salesperson is responsible is a sales territory. So it is based on geographical areas. It can also be based on the sales potential. It's also a part of that. But we are going to see that other sales territory and the sales leaders define segments of the customer market and assign them to different teams. Obviously, these are different sales teams. So basically, this is what we have in the explanation of sales territory. So our question is asking for 5 reasons for establishing sales territories. So we have them also articulated in the answer section. We see that the first one is saying it ensures proper market coverage. Remember, the coverage of the coverage of the market is clearly illustrated when our sales territories are set, and then also workload equalization. So you are going to see that on workload equalization, it is a method of determining sales force size, and that is the sales force size that is based on the premise that all sales personnel should have an equal amount of work. So the issue of equalization is the implementation of that every salesperson should have equal amount of work. That is a workload equalization. And then also they're going to be increases. It also increases sales people's morale. It also there is also going to be better evaluation and control over the sales force, better analysis and planning of sales activities. And then you're going to notice that sales are also improved, reduce conflicts and disputes. So those are some of the points that are part of the reasons for establishing sales territories. So moving on to 2.3, a good, effective demonstration is one of the best methods to convey a sales message to a prospective buyer. Give at least 7 principles of effective product demonstration. So a product demonstration is the component of a sales strategy. So we are saying product demonstration comes as a component of a sales strategy in which companies highlight the value of a product or service to the potential customers. So at the end of the day, the goal is to introduce customers to the product in the hopes of getting them to purchase that item or that product. So basically, that's the product demonstration. So the question is, there are 7 principles of effective product demonstration. So we are going to see that these are the principles that we have. You have to plan each demonstration individually. You have to be prepared, cover the most important product features. You're supposed to get the prospect involved, demonstrate step by step, maintain control, time and place for demonstration, the closing and follow up for demonstration. So these are the points that we have under that. Then moving on to the next question, obviously, which is going to be the last question of question 2. Name 3 advantages of a properly designed routing system. So you are going to see that a routing system, basically routing is a process of designing and organizing a sales team's travel to be followed to customer locations. So the directions are the way that the customer is going to be reached is what we call routing. So the question is asking for 3 advantages of a properly designed routing system. Obviously, there is going to be proper coordination when proper coordination of activities when a routing system is designed. So we have also that articulated on our answer section, whereby we are saying there is going to be reduced traveling time and selling costs because everything is going to be organized, and we are going to have improved territory coverage and also improved information. So this becomes the last part of our question, that is our question 2 on the question paper of November 2024. Thank you for listening, and hopefully the video was helpful. And please, let's not forget to subscribe and share to our channel. Let's not forget to share the link to our colleagues who are doing sales and management in N5. So let's meet again in the next video.